Do you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, wondering why your sleep has changed so dramatically? Jean, a 74-year-old retired teacher, thought she was losing her mind when she started waking up every night at exactly 3:15. She tried everything from warm milk to counting sheep, but nothing seemed to work until she discovered something remarkable. Research now shows that 5 specific factors can completely explain why seniors wake up during these early morning hours. What you're about to discover could change everything for you too. These aren't just random sleep disruptions. They're your body's way of communicating important information about aging health and natural rhythms. The insights you'll learn today could help you understand exactly what's happening and, more importantly, how to work with your body instead of against it for better rest. I know you're here because nighttime sleep disruptions are affecting your quality of life, and that's exactly what we're going to address. But what you might not expect is that you're also learning why these wake-ups might actually be beneficial signals from your body. The most critical information comes at the end, where I'll reveal the one factor that could transform how you approach sleep forever. Time is precious, especially when you consider that 70% of adults over 65 experience regular sleep interruptions. But time is also on your side if you have the right information. These 5 discoveries aren't just about sleep patterns, they're about understanding the wisdom your body has developed through decades of life experience. Each factor reveals something profound about how aging affects your natural rhythms, and why fighting these changes might be working against you. Don't miss a single minute, because this information could help you finally make peace with your changing sleep patterns. This could make all the difference for you or someone you love. Secret number 1. Your brain chemistry is naturally shifting. This one might surprise you because most people think sleep problems are just bad luck. What I'm about to share will change how you think about your nighttime patterns forever. Meet Joyce, a 68-year-old grandmother who spent months feeling frustrated with her body. She used to sleep 8 solid hours every night, but suddenly found herself wide awake at 3:30 most mornings. Joyce felt like something was wrong with her until she learned about the fascinating changes happening in her brain. Here's what Joyce discovered: her pineal gland was producing significantly less melatonin than it did 20 years ago. Research from Johns Hopkins University shows that melatonin production decreases by approximately 50% between ages 20 and 70. Scientists at the National Sleep Foundation discovered that this reduction doesn't happen gradually. It often becomes noticeable around age 65, when the pineal gland's efficiency drops more dramatically. How can you tell if changing brain chemistry is affecting your sleep? Pay attention to how easily you fall asleep versus how often you wake up during the night. You might notice that falling asleep feels natural and effortless, but staying asleep becomes increasingly challenging. You could also experience feeling drowsy earlier in the evening, but then becoming alert in the early morning hours. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They're clear signals that your internal chemistry is evolving. The good news is your body is simply adapting to a new phase of life. Start by creating an environment that supports your changing chemistry, and gradually implement habits that work with these natural shifts. Throughout your evening routine, consider dimming lights earlier and avoiding blue light from screens. The beautiful part is that small adjustments can make a significant difference, and you can actually enhance your remaining melatonin production naturally. If you've ever felt frustrated watching the clock at 3 in the morning, you know how isolating this experience can feel. But this is nothing compared to what comes next. Secret number 2. Your internal clock is advancing with wisdom. This next one will surprise you because it reveals why your sleep timing has completely changed. Here's something that will transform your understanding of aging. Consider Robert and Beverly, both 72 years old. Robert embraces his earlier bedtime and wakes refreshed at dawn, while Beverly fights her natural rhythm and feels exhausted all day. The difference: Robert learned to honor his advanced sleep phase, while Beverly continued battling against it. Here's the reality: your circadian rhythm has shifted forward by approximately 2 to 4 hours since your younger years. Studies conducted at Harvard Medical School found that advanced sleep phase syndrome affects up to 40% of adults over 65. Researchers have found that this shift occurs because aging affects the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the brain region that controls your biological clock. What are the warning signs of this natural rhythm change? Watch for feeling drowsy much earlier in the evening than you used to. You may experience wanting to eat dinner by 5:30 and feeling ready for bed by 8 or 9 o'clock. You could also notice waking up naturally before sunrise and feeling most alert in the early morning hours. These signals are your body's way of communicating its new preferred schedule. Here's the empowering truth: this isn't a problem to fix, but a rhythm to embrace. Begin with accepting that your body has developed its own wisdom about timing, and over time, work with this natural pattern rather than against it. During your regular activities, try shifting your entire daily schedule slightly earlier. What's wonderful is that this adjustment often leads to better energy and mood throughout the day. And you'll discover that fighting your natural rhythm was actually causing more problems than the early wake-up itself. Those of us who have experienced this shift recognize how liberating it feels to stop fighting our bodies. However, what I'm about to share is even more powerful. Secret number 3. Your body is sending important health messages. This particular secret is crucial because it reveals how your changing sleep connects to your overall well-being. What I'm about to share will help you decode what your body is really trying to tell you. Picture this: Albert, a 70-year-old retired mechanic, started waking up every night needing to use the bathroom. For months, he assumed this was just normal aging until his doctor discovered an easily treatable prostate condition. What happened next changed Albert's entire approach to listening to his body's signals. What Albert learned changed everything. His 3 a.m. wake-ups were his body's way of alerting him to a health issue that needed attention. According to Stanford University, approximately 60% of adults over 70 experience health-related sleep disruptions. Clinical studies show that conditions like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, and hormonal changes often first manifest as middle-of-the-night awakenings. The signs of health-related sleep disruptions include waking up due to physical discomfort, like joint stiffness or back pain. You might notice frequent bathroom trips that didn't used to interrupt your sleep. Some people notice breathing irregularities or feeling too warm or too cold during the night. You could also experience waking up with headaches or feeling unrested despite spending enough time in bed. These indicators are your body's sophisticated early warning system. What's hopeful is that many of these health factors are manageable with proper attention and care. You can start today by keeping a simple sleep journal to track patterns, and progressively work with healthcare providers to address any underlying issues. Within your normal schedule, pay attention to which factors seem to trigger your wake-ups most often. The rewarding aspect is that addressing these health signals often improves not just sleep, but overall quality of life. And you'll realize that your body was trying to help you maintain better health all along. Anyone who has experienced unexplained sleep changes understands how concerning this can feel initially. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Yet this pales in comparison to what follows. Secret number 4. Your daily routines have quietly transformed. This one is especially important because it shows how gradual lifestyle changes can completely reshape your sleep patterns. Most people never realize how powerful their daily habits have become. Meet Joanne, a 76-year-old widow who couldn't understand why she suddenly felt exhausted by 7 p.m. and wide awake by 3 a.m. Joanne had slowly shifted her entire daily routine without noticing, eating dinner earlier, watching less stimulating television, and spending quieter evenings at home. These seemingly small changes had gradually moved her entire sleep cycle forward by several hours. Here's what Joanne learned: her transformed daily routine was signaling her body to begin sleep preparation much earlier than before. Research from the University of California shows that lifestyle factors account for approximately 30% of sleep timing changes in older adults. Scientists at the Sleep Research Society discovered that reduced exposure to bright light, less physical activity, and earlier meal times can advance sleep phase by 2 to 3 hours. How do you know if lifestyle changes are affecting your sleep timing? Look out for eating your evening meal significantly earlier than you used to. You may experience less energy for evening activities or social engagements. You could also notice spending more time in dimly lit environments during the evening hours. Some people notice that their afternoon feels like evening used to feel. These aren't just coincidences. They're signs that your daily rhythms have evolved. The positive news is that you have the power to consciously shape these routines to support better sleep timing. Make your first move by gradually extending your evening activities with gentle stimulation, and step by step, adjust meal times and light exposure. Within your normal schedule, try incorporating brief afternoon walks or brighter evening lighting. The satisfying result is that small, intentional changes can help align your sleep timing with your preferences, and you'll experience how much control you actually have over your sleep patterns. People who have successfully adjusted their routines can relate to the empowerment this brings. But the following secret is the most crucial. Secret number 5. Your heart and mind need nighttime processing time. Now for the most important secret. This one is particularly powerful because it reveals the deep emotional wisdom behind your sleep changes. Most people dismiss nighttime wakefulness as purely physical, but what they don't realize is that 3 a.m. often becomes a sacred time for emotional processing. Let me tell you about Alvin, 73 years old and recently retired after 40 years as an engineer. Alvin started waking up every night around 3:15, his mind gently reviewing memories, relationships, and life experiences. At first, he felt frustrated and tried to force himself back to sleep. But everything changed when Alvin realized these quiet moments weren't interruptions. They were invitations to connect with the wisdom he'd accumulated over decades of living. Here's what Alvin discovered: his mind was using these peaceful hours to process the profound transitions and emotions that come with this stage of life. Evidence from Yale University proves that older adults often experience increased emotional processing during early morning hours when cognitive defenses are relaxed. Researchers have found that this nighttime reflection can actually contribute to better mental health and life satisfaction when approached with acceptance rather than resistance. What should you watch for regarding emotional nighttime wakefulness? Be aware of waking up with your mind gently active but not anxious or distressed. Common experiences include thinking about family relationships, past experiences, or future concerns in a calm, reflective way. You might find yourself feeling grateful or nostalgic rather than worried. Some people notice that creative ideas or problem-solving insights come during these quiet hours. These symptoms are signs that your mind is doing important emotional and psychological work. Here's the empowering truth: these moments are gifts rather than problems to solve. Start by embracing these wake-up times as opportunities for gentle reflection, and gradually develop comforting rituals like soft music, journaling, or quiet gratitude practice. Throughout your nighttime routine, create a peaceful environment that supports emotional processing rather than fighting it. The beautiful part is that accepting these moments often leads to deeper self-understanding and peace, and you can transform what felt like sleep disruption into meaningful personal time. If you've ever found yourself awake at 3 a.m. with a heart full of memories and thoughts, you understand the profound nature of these experiences. This alone could help you develop a completely different relationship with your changing sleep patterns. Final thoughts. Looking back, these 5 secrets reveal that your 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't random disruptions, but meaningful communications from your body and mind. These discoveries aren't just about sleep patterns. They're about understanding the natural wisdom that comes with aging and learning to work in harmony with your changing needs. The good news is that you're not broken or failing. You're not experiencing something abnormal or concerning. The choices you make today about how you approach these changes can transform your relationship with sleep and with aging itself. If you've recognized yourself in any of these situations, know that millions of seniors share this experience and that understanding brings power. Tonight or today, try one simple approach we discussed, whether that's adjusting your evening lighting, keeping a small journal by your bed, or simply approaching your wake-ups with curiosity instead of frustration. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to having you join us again in the next video.